So for everybody, also, when the time is almost over, we'll show you 10 seconds left on the timer, and please basically just wrap up your answer. If for some reason you continue and the time is over already, the mic will turn off. So, alrighty. So we're ready for the opening statement. Please, everybody who are standing in the back, please have a seat. All right, so our number one spot is our, sitting on number one seat, Dr. Nourian. And the time for the question will start after the question is over. When you start speaking, timer will start then.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nourian Mirza, Clinical Assistant Professor of Pulmonary Critical Care Medicine, past President of APPNA Chapter. Thank you, Nomination Election Committee, and thanks, APPNA, for giving me the opportunity to present my candidacy for the Board of Directors. I've been involved with APPNA, with the local chapter, and working with the APPNA clinic for the last 20 years, and get to know APPNA closely, and became the president of my chapter. During my presidency, we expanded the clinical services and also did the APPNA medical missions with APPNA Medical Corps, and provided accommodation to the residents and giving them guidance, mentorship, and helping them getting residency spots in the US, and helping poor people in the community, providing them free services, working with ICNA Relief, and providing them health care, free testing, echocardiography, and ultrasound. I'm also been involved in providing them observership, guidance, and giving them mentorship and helping them writing their personal statements and getting them LORs for obtaining a residency position in the US. And through that, last 20 years, it's giving me the opportunity to build my skills, working with the members and engaging them so that I can help take APPNA one step further and going forward. So thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity for presenting my candidacy. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ji. Next will be Dr. Numan Ashraf, and your time starts now.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, NEC, for arranging this debate, and thank you all of you for coming in here. Dear members, APPNA is facing serious challenges in governance, accountability, membership engagement, advocacy for humanitarian issues. It really requires someone who has a good understanding of the organization, coming up through the ranks, and has served the organization and has the institutional memory. I'm Numan Ashraf. I've been the member of APPNA for close to 15 years. I have chaired multiple committees. I have served in close to about 10 committees. And over the years, I've developed the skill set which is necessary to prevent the internal irregularities as well as the external threats to our organization. My main work, if you review my CV, has been in the education advocacy domains and the governance domain. I have mentored hundreds of young physicians and helped them realize their dreams of becoming doctors in the US. I've been the member of council for last 18 months. And if you look at my attendance record, it is 100% for all the mandatory council meetings. I've been very vocal on the floor of the council, and I've also co-authored the current set of SOPs that the council is using. So I humbly ask you to please consider me for your sacred vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for keeping within the time frame. Next one is Dr. Mali. No, when you start talking, I'll start the timer.
Dear APPNA family, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Afzal Malli. I'm a graduate of Quaid-e-Azam Medical College. I'm a pulmonary and a sleep specialist in New York. I currently serve as a treasurer of New York chapter, and also I'm a president of CAMCANA. I'm truly honored to stand before you as a candidate for BOD. Friends, I come from one of APPNA's smaller alumni associations. That experience has taught me a lesson that APPNA's strength is not measured by the size of alumni, but by the education, talent, and contribution as members. APPNA is not just an organization. It's our community, shared strength, and our collective strength. If given the privilege to serve, my focus will be centered on 3 core priorities. First, I want to strengthen unity within our organizations. Our diversity is of strength. If we work together with mutual respect and transparency, we can do wonders. Second, it is time to shift the narrative. Instead of focusing on differences, we can work together and we can focus on health, education, and mentorship. Thank you very much for your support and your help. Thank you.
Next one, Dr. Azam.
Assalamu alaikum everyone and good evening APPNA family members who are here in this room and those who are watching live at home and offices. My name is Dr. Taqi Azam and I'm honored and humbled to be a candidate for APPNA Board of Directors. For more than 2 decades, I have proudly served APPNA through leadership, volunteerism, public health initiatives, members' engagement, and committee work services. Today, I continue to serve APPNA as a member of Finance Compliance Committee. And I would honor to continue serving our organization in an even greater capacity. Over the past several months, I have listened carefully to APPNA members. The recent survey also corroborated my findings that sends very clear message. What membership wants? Membership wants greater accountability. They want better governance, more meaningful membership benefits, increased affordability, a stronger engagement with younger physicians, less politics, and more purpose. These are not leadership issues because there may be some priorities different for the leaders. However, I know that these are for sure membership issues. I believe APPNA's future depends on how well we listen to our members and how effectively we respond to their concern. First, I will start with 4 things: the communication, the second, accountability, the third, members' value, the fourth is the inclusion and
Time is up, Dr. Azam.
Thank
you. Next up is Dr. Nadeem Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Nadeem Ahmed, and for any organization to work properly, it must follow its rules and regulations. Rules and regulations make the fundamental foundation.
I'll pause the timer as we can see. If you cannot see the candidates, please, you can stand up and answer the question if you choose to.
Thank you. I'll start again then. Yeah. Okay.
Hang on. All right, you can start again.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nadeem Ahmed. For any organization to work properly, it must follow its rules and regulations. The rules and regulations make the fundamental foundation for any organization to conduct its business. I am the candidate who can bring that to the board and help the president to achieve it. I am the founding member of APPNA St. Louis chapter, founding member of Alumni of Caribbean Medical School, as well as the founding member of the Chest Component Society. That gives me the experience to implement the rules and regulation and also mentor the colleagues who may be coming up and growing with the organization. I am currently serving on compliance committee in the hospital, so I understand how things should be done. Having served APPNA at local, national, and international capacities and different committees, that provides me an experience of resolving unanticipated conflicts through the appreciation and approach with the team. So anyway, I am currently practicing in St. Louis, Missouri as a critical care physician, and I am
Time is up, sir.
a graduate of Ross University.
Thank you so much. And just a request, keep the mic closer to your mouth because the music, it's a little bit louder, so it's much easier for our audience to understand. And also just as a reminder, this in fact is live on Zoom as well, so people who cannot join physically can also. Can we close the door, please, also? All right. Next one, Dr. Ihtisham Haq.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Ihtisham Haq, married to Saika Ihtisham. I am from Alabama. I have worked with you either in National Healthcare Day, Cable, APPNA Council, Free Clinic in Alabama, fundraising. I have been with you for many places. My 21 years of record shows one thing. I am a servant leader. I believe in service. My goal is to serve you. I am APPNA. I am part of APPNA family. I am not going to serve myself. I have no political goals. My goal is only APPNA. If you know me, I never did anything in 21 years for myself. If you see my record, if you go my website, you know who I am, what is my family background is, how we work with the people, for the people. I have some goals. One goal is all of you here, sitting here, very successful people in your field. But I am very much interested in our next generation, next young generation and woman that is having a training institute for their leadership. I think we can do it. And that is my goal is, we will.
Thank you so much. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Our last candidate for opening statement, Dr. Shahzad Khan.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you all for joining this debate. I'm Shahzad Khan. I'm a practicing physician and a managing partner in a 23 provider multi-specialty group in South Florida, happily married with 3 kids. First of all, I want to thank the NEC and everyone present here to come to this debate. It shows your love and care for this organization and its future. My journey in APPNA started about 20 years ago when, as a class lead on our class 15th anniversary, we arranged a ventilator for Mayo Hospital Peace Department with collaboration from late Dr. Aisha Zafar of Social Work to Disaster Relief Fund. Since then, seeing that impact of that single ventilator on the lives of people has been, I have been hooked with APPNA. It led me to become a very active part of our social development committee at Gymkhana, where as chair, I raised more than $130,000 during COVID relief funds. Then I went through the organizational structure of the Gymkhana, becoming their treasurer, secretary, president-elect, and president. Gymkhana, as you all know, is about 20% of APPNA, so I have strong experience with that. Also, in addition to this, I humbly request your vote. I have been local president and part of multiple.
Time is up, Dr. Shahzad. Thank you so much. These were the opening statements, and now we start the question and answer session. These questions, like I said earlier, they were sent by the membership online, submitted, and we sorted them out and compiled them. Candidates do not know what the questions are. So this will be the first time everybody will be hearing the questions. We want them to answer basically from their sort of policy agenda. And I also request all the candidates, please put your phone facing down. At this point, we'll not have any phone reference, any laptop, none of that looking up. We don't want ChatGPT on the stage. Thank you so much. And helping with the questions will be the co-chair of NEC, Dr. Fawad. and Dr. Sajid Zafar will be helping, and they'll be asking questions. Also for the candidates, since sometimes it's hard to keep the question in mind and remember it, we have printed the question. We'll give you a printout every time the question is about to ask, so you have in front of you when you're giving the answer. Good luck to you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So I think candidates I think it would be better if you guys can stand so people from there can also see. Also, there will be a 10-second, warning, because after 60 seconds, time will be cut off. Yeah, 1 minute for the answer. And if there is a rebuttal, 30 seconds for that. And then they will give 10 seconds warning. Okay? So with that, first question will be for the first candidate, Dr. Nuran. In the past, committee chairs ran for BOD elections later in the year after resigning from the chairmanship in June. Do you think, is it a fair practice? And would it be prudent to add in NEC SOP that will stop the current committee chairs to run for elections in the same year of their chairmanship? Answer, your time starts now.
Thank you for the question. It's an excellent question. And it's entailing the committee chairs running for the BOD. We have to look into the bylaws and see what are the bylaws, and then we can look into the SOPs made so that all the processes are followed within the boundaries of the bylaws, which permits us. And if I'm elected, I will make sure that we work with transparency and accountability and make sure all the rules are followed, and we follow the SOPs if they are made and then followed so that proper procedures are in place for the chair of the committees who are running for the BODs. So that's a good question, and I will make sure that when I'm running and I'm elected, I will make sure we have a process for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. For Dr. Noman. So time starts.
The simple answer is yes. It must be in the NEC SOPs, because if you have someone who's a chair, has had the benefits of being the chair for first 3 or 4 months, and when you're a chair, you can send out emails to the membership, you can interact with the membership. If I'm a membership committee chair, for example, I can call people and talk to them. So you're already doing your campaign indirectly in a way. It's not a level playing field. So it must be stopped. You should not be a chair for the year when you're running. Thank you.
So for Dr. Mali, time starts now.
I think I have the same answer as Noman. I will say, we should not, it should not happen. If someone serves as chair and they resign, it should be considered as a part of campaign. So I will say that no. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mali. Dr. Taki?
Need to stand there. The short answer is no, you can't do that. It's a bad practice. The long answer is that this is an opportunity to improve. Thank you for doing whoever was last year. So we learned from that experience. And in the future, we don't have to repeat that, because you're 4 months into that chairmanship, you settle everything, and all of a sudden you lost the continuity of that committee, and you lose the trust of the members. So this is for all of leaders sitting here, for us to learn. And yes, if that comes to change the bylaws or whatever, we need to do that. So no, answer is no. You should not be stopping during your tenure.
Thank you, Dr. Taki. Next up is Dr. Nadeem.
So it's a good question, a very important one. It has happened in the recent past that the candidates who were supposed to be running later that year were part of actually not one committee, but many committees. I think that's unfair to the membership, and it gives them an unfair advantage to do that. However, I would just say with a caveat that if a candidate who is supposed to be running, in all honesty, if they know that they'll be running at the beginning of the year, you give them some latitude. I mean, if sometime the people can make a decision later on, there are some external pressure that people run for a position later on. So you can give them some flexibility and room for that. But overall, no, it should not be done that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Dr. Ehtisham.
I agree with this. if you are running for board of director position or president, you must resign when NEC sent for nomination. That's the time and date when everybody will say. I have been part of APPNA Cable Central. The new constitution, I was part of that council. Papana, APPNA, Alabama chapter. I have been part of all the constitution. All of us need to know one thing. APPNA constitution stands for professional, non-political, who is good and excellent in healthcare, education, philanthropic work, social justice, and humanitarian issues. We should stick to our bylaws. I am a part of all these bylaws. I have reviewed it. I have worked very diligently with our cable. In 2021, I will be keeping and upholding APPNA bylaws. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Shehzad?
Gee, it's a very important question, and my answer is that any committee chairman who wants to become a committee chair should not even be allowed to run for BOD in the same election year. I don't think this is fair to the committee. It's not fair to the whole committee and to the membership. We should be strict on that. There's a waiting period for BOD members to go for president-elect. All of us maybe want to go for president-elect 1 year after we are in BOD, but there's a waiting period. If you want to become a BOD member, don't become a committee chair. I think that should be our thing, and that should be our cable law.
Question number 2. For Dr. Noman to answer first. What will you do to encourage the next generation, the U.S. medical school graduates, to become members and be part of the leadership?
Well, I want to tell you guys it's not fixed, but it's really good you asked me this question because I have done it. So I was the chair of the YPC in 2023, and I collaborated with NAMA and Caribbean Medical Schools presidents back then, and we started the inaugural session at that time with the YPC for our summer meeting, and that became the tradition then, and we've been having mentorship sessions since then, and now Dr. Rao formalized that and made the Med Connect committee. Not just that, I also did a session with the KE and PPS Chicago chapter for high schoolers and their mentorship. So we have done that. And yes, I'm all for that, and I've already proven that. I want to utilize the rest of the time to highlight one of the points in my promises as the advocacy for humanitarian issues. I think APPNA has to work with legal counsel and its advocacy committee has to have a consistent policy against all the atrocities in the world, against the minorities, the political victimization of the people, and against the vulnerables. Thank you.
Dr. Malli.
This is one of the questions, I love this question. So regarding this membership, this is not only for the graduates of US, but also international medical graduates also, as well. If you look at this, even this crowd, you see like only very few youngs are sitting here. So we have a it's a problem that the new young physicians, they do not want to join APPNA. So there should be something we need to do so that they can join. I usually say we should be a role model for them. We should, have certain things for young physicians, even in the seminars, residents, for fellows to join. So they have some attractions. So this is a way, they can join, and that's all.
Thank you. Dr. Taqi Azam.
Yes, that's an excellent question, and I know that APPNA has been struggling on this issue, that these old uncles have been in the APPNA and they're just doing halla gulla and nothing, positive happens. So what I believe is that it's kind of dichotomy here. On one hand, we're making to become a member difficult. You have to be 1 year. Now just people are talking about 2 years membership to be eligible. We need to expand our tent. We need to get all the younger physicians, wherever you can get the database, maybe give them free for interns, for the fellowship, and residents, just a free membership, so that they can come into the tent. And then putting a pressure not to vote, that is also not a good thing. I think everyone who is an APPNA member should be able to vote. That will improve our tent, and that will, as it says in my opening statement, inclusivity and plurality, and altogether a stronger APPNA.
Thank you. Dr. Nadeem Ahmed.
This question actually is very near and dear my heart, because I myself is a graduate of Caribbean Medical School, although not as young anymore, but I got involved in APPNA through local community APPNA St. Louis chapter. And some of the people sitting in the audience were part of me bringing into the fold of APPNA at that time. That's how I started. Now, 2 of my kids have gone to Caribbean Medical School, and 1 is in the US medical graduate. This question, when I asked them to become a part of the APPNA, they are not interested in the music that's going on next door. They are not really interested in bazaar. What they can really connect with is the community-based projects, blood drives, local free clinics, also some research that we are doing. The YPC has done a great job. And the other thing is that they get involved in like medical trips. So that's how they can get involved through community-based projects. And thank you very much.
Dr. Athasham.
So if you go to my website, ehuck4bod.com, you will see my number 1 priority is this one: leadership for the next generation. What we can do for our high school, undergrad, medical students. We want to train them future leaders in healthcare system, in IT, in media. If you see the constitution of APPNA, we are advocating education. If we provide them a platform where we can train them, we can bring the leaders of the leaders. I was trained at Disney Institute with world leaders, and I was trained leaders developing leaders. I believe in our next generation need to take charge of our APPNA and in this United States to become relevant and effective voice. Thank you.
Dr. Shahzad Khan.
This question is very pertinent with future of APPNA. The medical graduates or next generation, they don't want to be here because we, quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, we don't bring any value for their membership. What's a US-born medical graduate has to gain from APPNA? That's the question we should be asking. And that's the question I think I should be asking from our Young Physician Committee. I saw the numbers yesterday at our council meeting. We say that we have been doing 85% of whoever is getting IMG residencies. But yesterday I saw our young graduate members' numbers were only 200. So if we are mentoring 1,000 people a year for last so many years, where are those gone? So we should be, and as a Kemkana president, I increased my membership by 20% in 1 year with engagement and follow-up. So,
Time's up. Dr. Nuran Mirza.
Thank you for the question. It's relevant. It starts with the grassroots level. So I was working with my chapter, and APPNA is involved with APPNA Medical Corps, and that's how my daughter got involved. And then we went there to Central America many times. And we had medical students coming from US and also students who are interested in medicine, and they were liking that what APPNA is doing in other countries. So that's how we can get interested, the future residents and doctors to become APPNA members who are also being their senior, their parents are also already doctors and involved with APPNA. Also, we're starting, if we can improve that, basically APPNA was formed to improve the leadership and research skills. So we can get them involved in leadership positions, research, and excellence in medical education. So if we can improve our CMEs and keep on improving, things have improved. I mean, I've been coming to APPNA for the last 18 years, and things have been evolving, and the future looks bright, and we can engage more members. Inshallah, when I become BOD, I'll make sure that we get more and more foreign grads. Thank you. And American grads.
Thank you.
Okay, so the third question is for Dr. Mali. Would you make the local chapters who are hosting the meetings be part of the profit sharing? Please go ahead. Time starts.
I just want to make it clear. Would you make the local chapter who are hosting the meeting be a part of the profit sharing? I think this is part of the already there. Like local chapters are a part of this. Whenever we have events in that place in that state, they are a part of that. So I think we should continue with this thing. That is I don't think there's an issue with that. I will just go with this thing.
Okay, thank you. So then, Dr. Taki, for you.
Yeah, so the question is kind of a little ambiguous. I'm still trying to absorb it. If APPNA is saying that if a chapter is doing a program and if you make profit, then share the profits with the central APPNA, if that's what the question is asking, then yes, I mean, sharing is caring. I believe in that. But many times we don't make profit in our local chapter meetings. It's hard to run that. We balance the budget. So, however, what central APPNA is going to give to the local chapters, suppose if they're in deficit, are they going to share the money to chapters? If that is the case, hey, I will go for it. If I'm into 10,000 loss, central APPNA should give. But if the chapter is in a positive, then chapters should share. So it's a good concept, but so far I was chapter of Arizona for 2 years, and it's very hard to make higher profit at the chapter level. And so that's how my understanding of this question, but always I believe is sharing and caring. We can brainstorm on it and we'll work on it.
Okay, thank you again. I'm going to re-elaborate the question and then we'll give 30 seconds to Dr. Mali because I'm re-elaborating. So the question is based on when you have, for example, spring, fall meetings done in another state, the profit they make should central APPNA, that profit usually goes to central APPNA. So I think the question from the audience that came in, the intent was, should central APPNA be sharing that profit with the local chapter who hosted that fall or spring meeting? Okay, so we can go back to Dr. Mali for 30 seconds, if it's good. You good? Okay. Okay, because he did not have the question, but we can move on and then Dr. Nadeem. Okay, okay, Dr. Nadeem.
Thank you for the opportunity. So this question really begs some thinking. It's not as straightforward. It is a little ambiguous because if the chapter, and thanks for clarification, I believe that if a local chapter is hosting a national meeting, whether spring or fall, there are a lot of, sponsorships that are generated locally, and there are some sponsorships that are coming nationally. So I believe that all the teamwork, all the efforts, it's very tough job to hold a meeting together, to conduct a meeting. It takes a lot of effort, and we are all volunteers. The income to local chapters actually are zero, because the only chapter income that we generate once in a while is through some local sponsorship, few $1,000 here, few $1,000 over there. So it gives them the opportunity to profit share. I believe they should be profit sharing from the national meeting to the local chapters, just for their effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ehtisham.
Very good question. But my answer is other way around. APPNA Central makes money. Where this money goes? It goes to the right place, but there is another good place to serve is local chapters, especially the small chapter. I belong to Alabama, small chapter. We struggle sometime. If you see my goals for future, second part of my goal is fiscal responsibility and self-reliance. It's not only for APPNA Central. We have a large revenue every year, 8 to 10 million. In the January we heard, now I am hearing more than that. We can be very careful how our money is spent. We can save money, pass on to chapters. Central APPNA is doing great financially last 4 or 5 years. distribute the wealth, bring on the small chapters to the top. This should be our goal. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ehtisham. Dr. Shehzad, next.
Ji. My short answer is yes. The APPNA should share the profits from the community meetings held at that by that chapter or organization. But this is a question that's very near to my heart. Even in yesterday council meeting, I raised this question with the council that although we should share it with the chapters, but we should at least for the summer meeting should share it with the alumni too. I think the alumni are the main source. We all are here for the summer meeting. And with sharing of this APPNA funds, a lot of official headaches of the alumni to raise for office management will go away. So short answer is yes, with the chapters and with the alumni. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shehzad. Dr. Nuran.
Thank you. That's a good question. But the distribution of funds for the central APPNA going to the chapters, we need to look at the bylaws. We have to go through so many committees, and then we have to have an SOPs in place because we don't know there are larger chapters in APPNA, there are smaller chapters in APPNA, so we don't want to create any kind of discrimination. We make sure everybody has got a voice, and we are listening to all the members and all the chapters, and all of them are giving them a front page at APPNA. So we want to make sure that everybody is represented. So coming back to the question, so if I'm elected, we have to be accountable, transparent, and as board of directors, we have a fiduciary responsibility to APPNA. So we want to make sure that whatever funds we are collecting, we have to go through the proper committees and proper bylaws, and then have to have an SOP in place before we can start distributing the funds. Because each organization has different needs. Their location is different, demographic may be different, so we have to work with a lot of things. There are a lot of parts in motion. So we have to come up with a standard procedure and plan for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Noman. Dr. Noman.
Okay. So our parent organization, APPNA, and then our mission is to empower our chapters and help them. And as it's been said, if there are smaller chapters, they may not be able to meet their budgets. And if we are doing our main meetings like spring strategy and fall meeting, it's APPNA's job to come up with the budget. Now you can have some sort of understanding, okay, if you make money beyond this, then APPNA can probably put in some of the central funds. And the same thing what we used to have with alumni, APPNA used to share the profits, we are not sharing it anymore. I think that can be revisited as well, because having a skin in the game is good. If alumni also knows that we will be getting profit sharing, they'll push harder to sell tickets and get some of the, APPNA will get some of the benefits of that. I want to utilize the time to talk about how to engage our members. I think we need to look at making our meetings accessible to our members. If you look at the ticket prices now, the Friday is $210, the Saturday $225, $275, and for babysitting is $120 a piece a day. So mid-career and early career are really not able to attend the meetings.
Thank you. Dr. Shehzad is asking for a rebuttal to Dr. Nuran. 30 seconds.
Ji, I want to just Dr. Nuran's point of view, just want to clarify my thoughts on that, it's profit sharing. If the meeting is not making any profit, there's no sharing. And I haven't heard a APPNA meeting recently that haven't had a profit. So the chapter people who are volunteering, regardless, should be, have some profit from all this. So that's what I just wanted to make a point.
Question number 4. Is it more important to have more members, regardless of healthcare occupation, versus making APPNA a licensed physician organization of Pakistani-descent doctors only, or practicing in America? Why do you think so? Dr. Taqi Azam.
Thank you. It's a very pertinent question, and I think it's just a question of the time. As I mentioned in my opening statement, we want to expand our tent. In order to do that, we need to bring more physicians. We have 18,000, what information I have, physicians in the USA. So we need to bring more APPNA members. Yes, if they are not practicing physician, they cannot vote. That's all right. But they still can be a member of APPNA. That will bring a lot of revenue for the vendors and all those financial organization and sponsorship. So in conclusion, I believe, yes, we should give membership, whether they are practicing or not practicing. But just voting rights should be the people who are practicing physician. So in that way, we can have a bigger tent and more inclusive and more plurality. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Nadeem Ahmed.
Thank you very much for the question. I think it's a very important question and ongoing discussion as to how to include the people and the physicians who are not licensed in the US. I think currently there is some recommendation in the current bylaws how to include them, but they're very ambiguous. I think we need to have a discussion as to how to simplify that. But I believe that inclusivity as opposed to exclusivity, so people can, who are working in a healthcare under certain conditions and guidelines which fit with the criteria for APPNA SOPs and bylaws, they should be allowed to participate. And that's the reason I think the more members an organization have, the more power they have, the more flexibility they have, and the more bargaining power they have. So that's my reason to be more inclusive and get more members in there. Thank you.
Dr. Atasham.
So answer to this question is already in our cable 2021. If you read it thoroughly and clearly, because I was part of this cable, voting members will be licensed physicians, which I agree. You want to expand APPNA to healthcare, non-healthcare. There is again an answer to this question in APPNA cable. If we read it thoroughly, it answered it already. Let's continue that. Make affiliate members. We have an opportunity. Let's do it. My third goal, which I did not have opportunity to say, is unity. We have diversity of thinking. We write differently, we talk differently, but our goal is one, APPNA. So let's unite the people on this consensus. If our cable says something, follow it. If you want to make it change, bring the amendments with the consensus. I think we have already answered in the cable. Thank you.
Dr. Shahzad Khan.
Thank you. Very important question. Just to give you a background, as Kemkhana president, in 1 year, we added 150 members. 1 year, 150 members. We had 500 members before I started my presidency. By the end of my year, we had 650, 150. So organization is as strong as its members. But we should keep it professional. The voting members should be the licensed physicians. We should have different categories for everybody, but our main aim is, if there are 18,000 Pakistani physicians in USA, we should be able to offer them something that they should join this organization rather than going to affiliate physicians for membership. So that's my aim as member of BOD, to increase the participation by offering them something that they want to become this member.
Time is up. Dr. Norain Mirza.
Thank you. Very good question, because more members means more growth for the organization. So the question is, coming back to it, is that whether licensed physicians only would be included in the APPNA membership. So as we said that we have the bylaws clause, but we need to ask the membership what they need. If they want the members who are involved with academics only and research and are not licensed physicians, whether we are going to be full members of APPNA, and then we can have so many types of membership, including associate and affiliate members of APPNA, because a lot of people who are not practicing physicians are also in allied health, like nurse practitioners now, physician assistants, besides just being pure MDs. So we can increase the organization while also listening to our membership. And if the membership decides, we can do the proper procedure and SOP in place, and with the keeping the bylaws in mind, see what will be the process of making them as members. Thank you so much.
Dr. Noman Ashraf.
Okay. So somebody who graduated from Pakistan, has MBBS degree, came here, and now they are in healthcare field, but they're at the top of their field, executive. It does make a convincing case. I mean, you got to look at it, and I think they should have active membership. The problems that I have heard is that we need to, of course, go back to the membership and discuss. Membership is fine, but do we really want them to be office bearers and the president of the organization? That's something you can talk to the council and see. But I think once they have the active voting right, they'll probably go up the chain. So I want to use the time to talk about what would I do to improve the governance. I would strongly advocate for stronger COI policies, recusal policies, whistleblower policies. I will always protect the vulnerables, as I have already done that. If you go to my website, you'll see I've written letters to the beauty for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Afzal Malli.
So there are two answers to those questions. One is either only a voting member, or it is going to be a voting member plus active member as well. So as Dr. Sham said, this is in the bylaws and cable committee already there. We have physicians from Pakistan who do not have a license, but they're the associate member or affiliate members. So the thing is, we have to see with all those new members, a lot of membership can go very high. So we love to have that thing. We want more of our physicians who, for some reason, could not get a license here, but they still want to be part of APPNA. We want them, but at the same time, I think we should have a cable committee and also the bylaws. Like if we need to change something, we should get them in for if possible. I will say yes to this thing.
Thank you.
Before the next question, just a very quick announcement. Since we have 7 candidates and 1 hour was not enough, and we also started a little bit late, so we'll have 7 questions. So each candidate has a chance to answer first, and then we'll have the closing statements and we'll wrap up. So it might be a little bit over 5 p.m.
Question number 5. This is again, please remember, these are the questions from membership themselves. So I probably would not repeat it, but it's, if we go through the question carefully, we'll understand. So the question comes in as: success of any organization is based on the engagement of the members. I'm a lifetime member, but I still don't know what is in it for me other than CME, bazaar, dinner, and entertainment. What will you do to improve member benefits? So we will start with Dr. Nadeem, please.
Thank you very much for this important question. It's an important question that the discussion has been ongoing, that what's in it for me. By reading here, CME, bazaar, dinner, entertainment, what else you want? So I mean, that's why we all come here. I mean, that's the reason we're all sitting here. So, if you want like a Costco type, membership, and you go and change your tire for this and get your oil for that, I think it's an important discussion to have. You can get some Turkish airline 10% off or something like that. So I think the membership committee has done a great job. I think they do their best to include some of these, fringe benefits to do this. But the core benefits, I think, are already here. I mean, that's why we are here. So I would really refer it to the membership committee to develop some, fringe benefits and go from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Dr. Ehtisham, yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you. I think we need to start differently. We should come to APPNA what we can do for others. This is not a place to come here and ask, what are the benefits for me? No, I don't believe in that. You're coming to APPNA to serve the humanity. You're coming to APPNA to serve the new generation. You're coming to APPNA mentorship, training in your cities, in your towns, philanthropic work, fundraising, charity. You are very successful and resourceful. Your resources are needed for the poor and needy people. Open free clinic, do fundraising, start some charity work which you believe in, work together for social justice and humanitarian causes. We are together to give back, not to get any benefit. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ehtisham. Dr. Shehzad.
This question, I think both my esteemed college doctor candidate has briefly described what really should be done. I think, again, I agree with Dr. Nadeem that, what else you want? So the other thing I would add is that we should highlight what we do. The benefits are already there. If somebody wants to join for any philanthropic cause or some cause that's dear to their heart and life, they can join that. But again, I think this continuing medical education should be our part. Our CAMCANA motto is changing life through education, research, and service. So I think we can adopt that, and we can change life. Our main aim is to increase the membership benefits and make them more accessible to all the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shehzad. Dr. Nooran, your turn.
Thank you. It's an excellent question, engaging members, and they're asking that what is in it for me. As I've said before, for the last 18 years, APPNA has evolved, and we have improved our CMEs, our meetings, and IYP is doing excellent work providing guidance for future residents, and we're seeing the students coming in looking for electives. They contact me all the time. In my tenure as a president, I was providing them electives and also providing them, helping them with accommodation and US experience. So if they are coming in, they know that we are serving the medical students, not even for coming from Pakistan, also here, and we're doing philanthropic work. They can see what the APPNA stands for and what the benefits they have. There are some benefits membership committee is already working on, and they've been added on to the system also. But if we're improving the CME, and then that's APPNA was created to excel in research and education, and as long as and also maintaining neutrality in all the endeavors. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mirza and Dr. Noman Ashraf.
So APPNA is a cultural professional organization with three distinct arms. There's education and advocacy, there's philanthropy, and there's a cultural piece to it. And I think what they've written, they probably pretty much covered everything. Of course, we can do more. So in terms of the benefits, I think we need to have the interest-free loans for our students. We need to have subsidized legal aid for them so they can access that. Of course, robust benefits. We need to talk to insurance companies, travel agencies, whatever benefits we can add. And then if you have questions, please reach out to our membership committee. They've been asking, tell us what needs to be done so we can always augment our efforts. I want to make a comment on the budgeting. I think that needs some closer look. We've been spending 95 cents and saving 5 cents. I think that needs to be fixed. We need to have a budget at the start of the year, just like any other professional society, and then make sure that we remain within our budget and increase our profit margins. Thank you. Or surplus. Sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Rahman. Dr. Mali, please go ahead.
I have a little, issue with this question. You said member benefits. It is not member benefits. I think it's member activities. Benefits mean like everything is free once you're lifetime member. So there's nothing free here. We pay for everything. So that is the one part. The second part is they said other activities. There should be other activities. Like this traditional things in the daytime, CME, bazaar, nighttime entertainment. We can change it. Like we need to change a little bit. At least culture night, you can have a different shows. You can invite, like the different, like the guys, like doing shows in Pakistan. Like we can change it, this culture. But this is not a benefit. This is our activities, and all are paid. So we should have actually simple answer to this question is we should have more activities for the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mali. Dr. Taki, your turn, please.
Thank you. Yeah, the questions is amazing. This is something that touched my heart. Is that, as you all know, I am hearing by talking to members that the cost of this attending these conferences and conventions is getting very high, very costly. So we really want to give benefit back to membership by subsidizing. Like if it's $250, if you're a lifetime member, you can give some $25 benefit towards the members, those lifetime members. So in terms of cost, is really we need to bring the cost down, and that is one. Second, in the question, APPNA is already doing a lot of things. I think we are not marketing nicely. We need to market our work of CME and social platform and all the philanthropy work we are doing. I don't see any posters what APPNA is doing, so I think membership needs to know. The last point I will say, I want membership to tell us what they want.
Thank you, Dr. Taki.
Question number 6. Again, also an important question. And this question is for Dr. Ehtesham. What will you do to increase the representation of women in APPNA?
Everybody believes that there is no nation in the world who made progress with the strong representation of women. There is a good thing in APPNA. We have seen many chairs very successful, many presidents who served APPNA. But there is still more room to make more APPNA members who are female and give them more opportunities, especially in leadership training for young generation. If we bring on more and more females, it will strengthen our organization. If we ignore any part of our community, we are never going to be successful. Our integral part is our families, our ladies, our women, our practicing physicians, our spouses who are physician or non-physician. We have to be all together. And what we should do, make them members of committees, chairs, and bring them on for chair the leadership.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
जी कहते हैं ना वजूद ज़न से ही है कायनात में रौनक तो I think the women are integral part of APPNA and they always have been and we need to respect and encourage the younger generation of women to become part of APPNA and lead us. We already had few women presidents, few leadership in leadership role. One thing that's very near and dear to my heart with my wife being a physician and is that we shouldn't tolerate any kind of misconduct or misogynist behavior. We should nip it in the bud. And we should, I don't want to use the word to have quota or anything like that, but we should have maybe committee chairs part of some SOAP for membership numbers for women. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Dr. Nooran Mirza.
Thank you. This is a very important question. I want to thank my wife. Like, women are integral to APPNA, whether they are physicians and non-physicians and affiliates. My campaign and my even practice, she has been an integral part. So women are very important. Even we see that in medical schools in US and back home also, the women physicians have increased, outpaced men, and they're like 60 to 40 and somewhere 65 to 35. And increasing their representation in APPNA entails that we have to give them more leadership opportunities, giving them opportunity to move forward, and make sure that we are following a strict code of conduct so they feel safe at APPNA, even in activities which are international, domestic, all of the meetings. I'll make sure we'll work with the accountability and with transparency. Thank you so much.
Dr. Noman Ashraf.
I think, more inclusion, getting them into more leadership positions. I remember in 2021, I think Dr. Rizwan Khalid was the president back then, so I did see robust inclusion of women in the leadership position. Dr. Humaira Qamar did the same in her presidency. So I think we just need to continue that. You talk to them, bring them into the leadership position. They are already doing really well in the organization. I went to APPNA's seminar today this morning and I was able to witness how far they've gone in the organization. So I think we already are doing it. That the best thing would be the president-elect and the board has to sit down when they're making all their committees, not just for women. I think for everyone, we need to be inclusive. There has to be equitable distribution. Thank you.
Dr. Malik.
I want to answer this in Urdu. इसमें एक क्वेश्चन है कि वोमेन की रिप्रेजेंटेशन इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम है, उनको कोई आने नहीं दे रहा। मेरा ख्याल है कि जो एक चीज़ है वो ये है कि वी शुड गिव देम द सेम रिस्पेक्ट टू वुमेन्स जो उनको हम उनके घर में देते हैं। हमारी डॉटर हो, हमारी बेटी हो, वाइफ है, जो रिस्पेक्ट उनको उधर देते हैं, प्लीज़ गिव देम द सेम रिस्पेक्ट इन अपना। व्हाई नॉट, दे कैन कम। ये एक चीज़ है। और दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि whenever you have a committees, any president elect, they have committees, they should have at least 50%. 50% chairmanships should go to these women. So they will definitely, women can be a role model for a woman. They will join. Thank you so much.
All right. Dr. Taqi.
My point is, आपने सुना है कि हर मर्द के पीछे एक औरत का हाथ है। मैं चाहता हूं कि वो औरत का हाथ पीछे से आकर वो सामने साथ साथ हो जाए। तो जो उनकी जो इंटरेस्ट बढ़ाना है अपना के अंदर, ऑफ कोर्स हमारे पास अलायंस है और दूसरे एवेन्यू है, लेकिन आई थिंक इफ वी स्टार्ट ब्रिंगिंग वुमेन्स इशू like breast cancer awareness forum or something women's issue based forum, which should be not political or elected. They just can come and participate in those forums, and from there you can create leadership. The other thing, we can start from the chapters. I'm happy to share with you, in Arizona we have a female treasurer this year after a long fight. So we need to start with the chapter level, and central APPNA, I think we can create those issues I just mentioned, what interests women, so they will come up themselves that, hey, I want to serve on this forum and community. Okay, thank you.
Dr. Nadeem Ahmed.
So excellent question and very important one also. I feel that in the last almost 50 years now for APPNA has come a long way for including women. APPNA has come a long way to make some programs and to mentor our female counterpart. I think it continues to be, underrepresented. I think we need to do more to have women representation. But even like sitting in this room, when you look around, walking in the hallway, there are some, great physician leaders who just happen to be women. So it is a bit more challenging for them because they not only have to, cater to their children, have a household, a husband, and a wife, and their own job, plus this volunteer work. So if I become elected to the board of directors, I'll make sure that there is a special track to groom, to educate, and to train women leaders of the future. Thank you.
Thank you. So last question. So that would be for Dr. Shehzad. All right, so important question. Given recent controversy of paying membership fee for new members, do you think annual members during their first year of membership should be allowed to vote in APPNA elections? Dr. Shehzad,
thank you. A very important question, and my short answer is no. If you want to become an annual member and you want to vote, become a member, I think, at least a year ago. We used to have 2-year hiatus before they can become a voting member. If you don't think APPNA deserve your lifetime membership, then I don't think you really want a right to vote by becoming an annual member. We are all physicians, although sometimes money can be an issue, but as a physician and in United States of America, if you think that you're paying membership fee for the new member in a professional organization, that just shows your ethical background and your upbringing, quite frankly. So I think no, we should have it hiatus before we can go for voting members.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shehzad. Dr. Mirza, your turn, please.
Thank you so much. Very important question. Again, we have to go back to the bylaws and say that if the members can vote or they cannot vote if they're really members, we have to ask our membership what they want in this scenario because things have been changing. It used to be that they have to be member for the past year and then have to vote in the next election. And right now the question is that whether the paying members can vote for the same year. So we have to go back and ask the membership if they allow this or not, and we will make it the decision based on consensus. So if I'm elected, I want to make sure that we are working with consensus and transparency and accountability and listening to all of our members and following the bylaws. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Mirza. Dr. Noman Ashraf.
Yeah. So if there's an amendment in the bylaws, yeah, I would support the 2 years. The problem right now is we have this new phenomenon of gift card memberships. Just to discourage that, you need to have people who have a skin in the game. They've been members for 2-3 years, and then they can vote in the elections. And I want to now highlight some of my services. When I was a chair for the YPC, I started the endowment fund, and I'm very happy that we started with 200,000. It has grown now, and now we're getting interest from it, and we're able to help students with the scholarship like 10 or 15 a year. I also started the endowment fund for the travel scholarship. When I was the research chair, of course, we streamlined CME and all that, but I was able to approach Dr. Durrani. He was the president then, and he agreed, and we set aside $50,000 to hire a grants coordinator. When I chaired the communication committee, for the first time, I was able to bring in $10,000 to the communication committee, and I started a digital newsletter to highlight work of all the committee that was called Suno APPNA. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Noman. Dr. Mali, please go ahead.
I think the question is to how we can get fair elections. So if you talk about fair elections and annual membership, and there's a risk of people, there risk like people, they can, pay money for someone to get a vote. For this thing, there was a rule a few years back, like you should be a member for at least for two years, so you can vote. I think here, if you say lifetime member, then it will be only few people, who is going to vote. So we need voters. We need more people. We want to reach out to more people to join. So I think there should be some way where we can have, to stop this process. Plus, we need more members as well. So at this point, if you ask me one sentence, I will say, go with lifetime member votes only.
Thank you, Dr. Mali. And then Dr. Taqi, please, your turn.
Thank you. Yeah, so there are a couple of angles to look at this question. I think the question is, the controversy is that other people are paying for membership. So whoever is doing that, they should be accountable. They should be taken care of, rather than the membership get punished because of that. So I think what we need to rectify here is the process of application, process of verification, how you are getting this member in the membership committee. But I believe that I am do very much inclusivity, pluralism, and increasing the trend. Once you close door for 2 years, and you can do, you'll actually voter suppression can happen. So we want to bring more people to come in. And if you have 100 members, maybe 20-30% have gone that way, but 70% is still they want to be member. So I believe that we should discuss, brainstorm, and look at the pros and cons. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Taqi. Dr. Nadeem, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a very important question, because paying for a membership or getting the sort of gift card membership brings a stain on APPNA. I think APPNA should be above that, should not be doing that. But I believe that waiting to become a voting member, I think is a good idea. I think it will definitely decrease this kind of manipulation of voting members. So I think it will also bring a fairness to the election process, and I think that that should be done and highly discouraged. Now, it still leaves the room for someone with lots of means and resources to become lifetime members, because lifetime members, there's definitely a drive and a move to decrease the lifetime members. So that will actually have to look at that and discuss it, whether that can oversee that or not. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Nadeem. And Dr. Ehtisham.
So paying for membership fee for the new members is unacceptable, unethical, and unprofessional. We should discourage. We need to find out the root cause of this problem. We should not finding an easy way out. Let's stop having the right to vote or having a freedom of speech, freedom of expression to express. Important thing is let them become member every year, let them vote. But try to find out the problem. We have a very big organization. We expect professionalism, ethical values, and we are a very strong organization. Every year we make them annual members. They will become our lifetime members, and we need them. We can't grow with them, without them. I'm in support of annual membership. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This concludes the question answer part of the debate. And now we're going to go to the closing statements. And we'll start, just we started opening statement with Dr. Nourian Mirza. This will be 60 seconds.
In Nomination and Election Committee, and thanks APPNA. I'm humbled to present my candidacy for the Board of Directors. If I vision that we should increase the membership engagement, and getting American graduates inclusive in our organization. We'll work with smaller chapters, encouraging their work and help them, let them grow, helping the minorities to move forward. I will support women and work with accountability, transparency, and move the APPNA mission forward, which is education, providing mentorship and leadership to the physician of Pakistani descent in North America, and working with being a fiduciary of APPNA as Board of Director. Thank you so much for allowing me to present my candidacy. Thank you.
Dr. Numan.
So the ball will be in your court soon. If you want APPNA where merit takes the front seat, where appointments are done purely based on service, where bylaws and procedures are respected and followed, where there's no place for nepotism, where there's no place for groupings, then please review my resume and consider voting for me. I have, APPNA has been my professional home, and I've grown within its ranks as a committed foot soldier. I've invested significant amount of time and years in understanding the process of the organization, understanding the bylaws, because I believe good governance is not accidental, it is intentional. So I humbly request all of you to please consider my profile. Your vote is an amana. So read my resume and please vote your conscience. Thank you.
Dr. Mali.
Thank you, NEC, everyone, and members for listening to us. So actually, I have some closing statement, but I just want to highlight a few things which I did not mention before. I'm a part of like New York chapter, YPC. Every year, like last 15 years, I'm helping IMGs not only to get into their like residencies, but also whenever they ask, like they have issues related to accommodation and those, I help them. It's like unconditional, I just like help them, you know, because I am from the same area. So second thing is, when COVID-19 pandemic started, at that time, I realized that people in Pakistan, they are not taking the threat seriously. So I launched a program for COVID-19 awareness program. With the help of licensed physician from America, I did a program named 72, it's a 72 channel, so for public awareness. I just ask you for your support and your vote, and you, after listening to this, you can decide which is the best candidate. You can, you know, like we just want APPNA to grow. Thank you.
Dr. Azam.
Thank you, NEC. I would like to please give a round of applause to NEC for their great work, and Dr. Khushnur leading it. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. I would say that as a current member of APPNA Finance Committee, I understand the importance of responsible stewardship, transparency, and accountability. Throughout this campaign, I have also respected and followed the Nomination and Election Committee's Code of Conduct. And I believe the integrity begins with respecting the process that gives our organization. If interested, and if you give me the opportunity, I will continue to uphold the Constitution and the bylaws of APPNA with the collaboration of all other concerned and the members. My message is very simple. I will listen carefully, act responsibly, and always put members first. Thank you very much for your trust.
Thank you. Dr. Nadeem.
Thank you, the NEC, to put this debate together. Was very nicely done. I wanted to make sure that, you know, by working in the organization for a while, serving on different committees in APPNA, and in its leadership positions. It gives me the background and the experience to listen, to build upon what APPNA has taught me and I've learned from APPNA. I'm a team player, and what I like to do is encourage all of you to look at the resume, look at what I have done, and vote on merit, vote on experience with APPNA. And therefore, I humbly request for your vote. Nadeem Ahmed is my name, as you can see, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Sham.
So, thank you, NEC, and everybody being here. I have 3 goals. Let's be united. If you want to have an impact nationwide and internationally, let's have meetings, committees, discussion, and solve our problem. We can have a difference of opinion, diversity in thinking, but do the right thing for APPNA family. Secondly, fiscal responsibility. If I get a chance, I want APPNA to publish monthly report, what's coming in and what's going out from our finances. It's a 10-15 accounts. It's very simple. We need to let our membership know what's happening. Lastly, I discuss with you, young generation, women and men. We need to train them to become leaders of this country, not only in APPNA, healthcare, or anywhere. Lastly, vote for It's Shamul Haq. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Shahzad.
Last but not least. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I think as you listen to this debate, you must have seen that I won't hide behind SOPs, cable. I will tell you my opinion, honest, direct. The choice is stark. You have heard about all candidates. My resume-wise, I've run Camcana through the organizational thing. That's 20% of this APPNA. I'm president of local chapter. Professionally, I run a multi-specialty group with 23 providers. Otherwise, non-clinical work, I run an organization with footprint in 3 continents with 1,000 employees. So I humbly request your vote. कहते हैं ना कि शिकवा जुल्मत शब से शिकवा से बेहतर था अपने हिस्से की समाज चलाते रहे. Again, I request your vote, Shehzad.
Thank you. Time is up. Well, on behalf of NEC, thank you everybody for attending, and thank you all the candidates for a really positive debate. And I also sincerely thank NEC members. It takes literally countless hours to work hard. It's a volunteer work. And for timekeeper, Dr. Arshad, Dr. Samina, and Dr. Fawad, and Dr. Sajid, and the other members who could not be here. This is recorded. We're going to try to post on APPNA website as well as APPNA social media outlets. And to candidates, please stay positive. We are here to facilitate and coordinate. And at the end of the day, APPNA is like a family, as somebody said, that we can have difference in opinion, but dinner time, everybody comes together. So at the end of the day, this is our family, and we need to stick together. This concludes the Board of Directors debate, and thank you very much, everybody. And a big round of applause for the candidates.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.